Hello and welcome to another video, and today we're using a new camera on an old TV. And yeah, this is the second try. I'm trying to dial in the settings on this camera to film an old CRT. But what we're playing here is Pitfall 2 on the Atari 2600. This is going to be an attempt at a high score run in regards to the Retro Games Forever Challenge of the Week. And I've already submitted a score, but I thought, hey, I'd try to film it and see what this camera really can do. Because if it can film a CRT, then we're in pretty good shape. Now, some of the flickering you're seeing is just because I'm filming a CRT. And some of it is because my actual 2600's output signal is a little weak. I don't really want to do an AV mod on it. I've thought about getting something else that has an AV output that can play the cartridges, like one of those modern consoles, but usually there's no problem. And for the whole first take, which went on for about 15 minutes, there was no issue, except for the camera being well blown out beyond recognition. You couldn't see anything. But anyway, so Pitfall 2, a very ambitious sequel, I guess you could say. This is quite impressive for an Atari 2600 game. It's got a soundtrack. You don't see that very often. Your goal is to collect all the little golden nuggets and not hit anything. Because if you hit anything, you get sent back to those red crosses and you lose points on your way back. There's a few tricks. Usually if there's a bat flying, that means that row has something, at least in the first section. Not always true later on. In fact, it's actually not true at all later on, because later on it's 100% different game. I know it's a lot to say for an Atari 2600 game that it can change so drastically, but you know, Pitfall was actually one of my favorite games when I first discovered Atari stuff. It was actually on a plug and play, and when I found out there was many sequels, fortunately I first went to the Super Nintendo one, which not so great, but this one blew me away the first time I saw it. I never knew that an Atari game could do any of this. Of course, I've heard it's just extra chips in the cartridge. But, yeah, so you get 5,000 points every time you collect an item. It's easy to hit either 64 or 69,000 points by the end of the first chasm. And if you get the golden nugget in the first area, I don't, just because I tend to die a lot in the first area, and it just aggravates me. So I skipped that one. You could end up with over 70 grand before you leave the first section. The max score you can get in this game is 199,000 even. I submitted my score to the board of scores. It was 123,500 pretty much. I know I could do more. It's just I was getting to the point where I was in a really tough section, and I kept losing more points than I was gaining. So I had taken a picture every time I'd collected a golden bar. That way, you know, I could just say, okay, well, I've done as much as I can. I kept losing. Here's the best I had. Oh, here comes a bat. Every time you fall onto land, you lose 100 points. If you fall into the water, though, you don't lose anything, which is nice. Especially if you die in that first area, because then you can zip down real quick. Now, one lucky thing is there are some more red crosses. It actually comes in handy later on. So what you want to do, you get to this area, and you're going to wait for a balloon. And here comes the balloon. And if I catch it, alright. Now you want to hold it down, arrow, stick, whatever you have, so you can hit that bat and pop and then come over here. And now we're going to collect these ones. See, we're already at 83,000. We're almost at half of the max score. So once you come back, the bats will be there again, and now you have to wait around. And here comes the balloon. There's a lot of different things you can do. This goes on, whoops, goes on for a while, and see, oh, I got hit. And you can watch my score drain as I get sent back to the Red Cross. We lost about 1,000 there. I wasn't too far away. But it really gets frustrating when you're very far away and you lose 7 to 10,000 points on one death. And that's, there's no way to go recover that unless you start the game over. We're going to try to go this way. This way is not very easy. But it's the next logical way to go. Down will take you to the next section. I find it easier to do the down stuff next, because going up is ridiculous. You can dodge a bat, which I didn't do successfully. Luckily, I'm not that far away from the Red Cross. I'm just gonna, lost another couple thousand. You do have to wait for the balloon again. Alright, let's try going down one more time. There are little other tricks you can do, like we can wait the bat out. That way we can do that. See, there is a little bit of wiggle room when it comes back around. You're not guaranteed to get killed by it if it's just at the edge of the screen. This is the way I went last time, and I got myself up to 123 grand. Hey, if I beat my old score here on video, that would be amazing. 'Cause at least I recorded it. You got it. Oh no! You got to judge where their apex is, and then Well, this is what put me off of it yesterday, because it became bird bat, bird bat, bird bat, bird bat. And I was sick of it. After you do so many rows of this and then you die again. Yeah. We'll keep trying. Oh, come on. If I go below 80,000, then I'm going to call it a video. See, I was really shocked when I got to 123 grand. And I had no ambition in even trying it again today, because this is frustrating. Pitfall is fun, but it's also frustrating at the same time, because in this one at least, you get sent backwards. In the first one, you didn't get sent backwards, you just lost some points. Which oh, he hit my foot. I was fine with just losing points. I'd rather lose points here, like in the first one. And, oh, well, and this is where I lose ambition. Well, you get the idea. You basically, you use the balloons to go up and down platforms. You're getting the idea. I'm going to call it a day, because it's bringing back my hatred towards this game I had yesterday. So, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be trying more things with this camera very soon.